Welcome to Glacier National Park. This is day number 1. Join me today as I hike one of the most desired trails at Glacier National Park in northwest Montana. With an elevation gain exceeding 1,500 feet, the 10.6-mile out and back trail takes you up the valley past turquoise glacial lakes, stunning waterfalls, and ends with breathtaking views of 3 classic glaciers. Welcome to the Grinnell Glacier hike. Finally getting your tent set up, laying down. There's a nightclub and they are just partying right now, super loud. I gotta get up in a couple hours, but it's not all glamour on these national park trips. There's a price always to be paid. So it's early in the morning. We're here at the Grinnell Glacier Trailhead. We're going to try to get out to Grinnell Lake and then the glacier viewpoint as well. Here we go. So let me just bring you up to speed. This is my first day of 5 days here at Glacier National Park, located up in northern Montana. The goal is to do 5 epic trails. They're all monsters. We're starting with the Grinnell Glacier Trail first, because this one requires the least amount of energy. So this is kind of my warm-up for 5 days here at Glacier. So we'll be in 3 different districts. This is the Many Glacier District. I've heard people call it Manny Glacier, but technically I was told it's Many, as in a lot, Glacier District. We're moving off. We're leaving the swift current lake that is behind me. I'm going to start gaining a little elevation right now. So from the junction at Swift Current Lake, you're looking at 5 miles to the glacier itself. So this is roughly a 10-mile round trip hike. So there is a little spur trail to Grinnell Lake, which you can see over my left shoulder. It's about 1.5 miles each way. I'm getting a better look at it right now from the bird's eye view. So might skip that on the way back if I want to conserve the energy for the remaining 4 days.
You'll always be the one I want at midnight. You'll always steal my breath away, yeah. You'll always be my heart and my life, every second, every day.
Once you pass Grinnell Lake, you have a series of switchbacks that run parallel to the lake itself. Obviously, we're not talking a lot of distance, but it is significant elevation change. So you're gaining it rather rapidly. But so far at this point, maybe halfway into the 5 miles or so, it's been very gradual. Not a lot of stepping over stones, not any steps that are etched in the rock from the Park Service, just gradual uphill with long switchbacks. Sure is beautiful. So we are now approaching the end of September. At this time of the year, this is the second waterfall I'm passing. Again, beautiful view right in front of me of Grinnell Lake. But scratch everything I just said. So once you pass that first waterfall, you can start expect to hike up some steps. But a lot of people on the trail. The views are quite impressive. especially when you start early, because you have the sun behind you that's illuminating the lake and the mountain in front of you. Absolutely stunning. People always want to know about exposed sections. So far the trail hasn't been that bad. You can see behind me, you can go up a real steep incline, and then you're walking right along the edge. So nothing too terrifying, but if you have a fear of heights, that part could be a little intimidating for you. We'll see if we have some more up ahead. So the final half mile is definitely the most challenging. This is what's behind you. So every once in a while, lift your head up, do a 180, and check out the sights. Almost at the top. So I recently made a video of my top 10 favorite national park hikes, and one of the most common comments in the section below was, why is there no glacier representation? Well, it's because I've never yet been treated to this. This would crack the top 10. I'm not sure which one would have to be omitted, but this was indeed an amazing hike. Grinnell Glacier, classic glacier national park hike. Not too hard. Take you about a half a day, probably to complete the whole hike. Expect a lot of people on the trail. But anyway, thanks for joining me for this video. First of hopefully 5 glacier hike videos. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to America's Parks. And remember, here at America's Parks, there's always room for you on every national park adventure. Take care.